Have you ever noticed how discipline feels impossible to maintain when you keep saying yes to everything? The truth is, discipline isn't just about willpower. It's about boundaries. Every time you agree to something you don't want, you sacrifice a piece of your focus. Over time, those small sacrifices pile up, draining your energy and destroying your consistency. In this video, we'll explore the hidden cost of saying yes, how lack of boundaries erodes discipline, and why learning to say no is actually an act of self-love. Boundaries are the invisible walls that protect your time, energy, and focus. Without them, discipline collapses. Imagine trying to stay consistent with your goals while constantly saying yes to late-night plans, extra tasks, or endless favors. Your body is basically a spoiled diva. It only sleeps properly if the temperature is just right. Science shows that your core body temperature naturally drops when you're ready to sleep. That's the signal your brain uses to say, "Okay, time to shut down." The ideal room temperature? Around 65, 68 degrees, 18-20 degrees. Too hot, and you'll toss and turn like you're roasting in an oven. Too cold, and congratulations. You've just recreated the camping trip you hated as a kid. Think about it. How many nights have you woken up sweaty, kicking off the blanket, only to freeze 5 minutes later when the fan hits you? That's your body screaming, "Pick a side." Here's the deal. Cool down your room. Use a fan, AC, or just crack a window if you're lucky enough to live somewhere with fresh air. Maybe it was taking on extra work when your plate was already full. Or maybe it was simply agreeing to plans when you needed rest. In that moment, you sacrificed your boundaries. And while it might have felt harmless, over time, these small sacrifices add up. They chip away at your discipline, your energy, and your ability to stay consistent. Many people work hard, but still feel stuck. They wake up early, push themselves, and yet progress feels slow. The reason isn't lack of effort, it's lack of boundaries. When you say yes to distractions, you dilute your focus. Discipline becomes scattered, and progress stalls. This is the performance plateau. Working harder, but not smarter. Boundaries are the missing piece. They allow you to channel energy into what truly matters, instead of wasting it on obligations that don't serve your goals. Saying no is more than discipline, it's self-love. Protecting your boundaries means protecting your future. Every time you decline something that drains you, you're choosing yourself. You're saying, "My goals matter, my energy matters, my dreams matter." This mindset transforms discipline from punishment into empowerment. Boundaries become the architecture of self-care. Without them, discipline feels like suffering. With them, discipline feels like freedom. Think of a student preparing for exams. If they say yes to every social plan, their study time disappears. Or an entrepreneur building a business. If they say yes to every request, their creative energy vanishes. In both cases, discipline collapses. But when they set boundaries, progress accelerates. Saying no to distractions is saying yes to success. Boundaries are the filter that separates what matters from what doesn't. Boundaries don't appear overnight. They are built. The first step is awareness. Notice where your time and energy are leaking. Write down the moments you say yes, but regret it later. Second step, define your priorities. If discipline is your goal, then your boundaries must protect it. Third step, practice small no's. Decline one request per day that doesn't serve your vision. Over time, this strengthens your confidence. Fourth step, communicate clearly. Boundaries are not walls, they are agreements. When you explain your limits with respect, people understand. Discipline is often seen as punishment, but in reality, it's freedom. Boundaries transform discipline from a struggle into a lifestyle. When you say no to distractions, you say yes to progress. When you protect your time, you protect your dreams. Lack of boundaries makes discipline feel exhausting because you're constantly fighting battles you didn't choose. With boundaries, discipline feels natural because your energy flows toward what matters most. This is the hidden truth. Discipline without boundaries is impossible. Consider an athlete training for competition. If they say yes to every social event, their recovery suffers. Or a writer working on a book. If they say yes to every request, their creative flow breaks. In both cases, discipline collapses. But when they set boundaries, progress accelerates. Saying no to distractions is saying yes to excellence. Boundaries are the filter that separates what matters from what doesn't. Without them, even the most disciplined person will eventually burn out. Boundaries are not just big decisions, they are daily habits. Start by protecting your mornings. If you wake up and immediately check messages, you've already surrendered your boundaries. Instead, dedicate the first hour to your priorities. Another habit, schedule focus blocks. During these blocks, say no to interruptions. Turn off notifications, close doors, and commit fully. Boundaries also mean rest. Discipline isn't about working non-stop. It's about balancing effort with recovery. Protecting sleep, exercise, and quiet time are boundaries that fuel long-term discipline. Think of your energy as currency. Every yes is a withdrawal. Every no is a deposit. Without boundaries, your account runs dry, leaving you exhausted and unfocused. With boundaries, you save energy for what matters most. This is why people who seem highly disciplined often have strong boundaries. They don't waste energy on distractions. They invest it in their goals. Discipline is not about being stronger. It's about being smarter with your energy. Boundaries are the system that makes this possible. Boundaries don't just protect discipline, they protect relationships. When you say yes to everything, resentment builds. You feel drained, and eventually you withdraw. But when you set clear boundaries, relationships become healthier. People know what to expect, and you show up fully when you do say yes. Discipline in relationships means respecting your limits and teaching others to respect them too. Saying no is not rejection, it's honesty. And honesty builds trust. Boundaries don't just protect your day, they shape your future. Without them, discipline slowly erodes until your goals fade away. Think of boundaries as the foundation of a house. If the foundation is weak, the entire structure collapses. With strong boundaries, discipline becomes sustainable. You no longer rely on bursts of motivation. You rely on systems. Over months and years, these systems compound into massive progress. Saying no today is an investment in tomorrow. Boundaries are the long-term insurance policy for your dreams. Every yes has a hidden cost. It might look small in the moment, but over time, it drains your discipline. Saying yes to extra work means less energy for your own projects. Saying yes to late nights means less focus tomorrow. Saying yes to distractions means less progress on your goals. The hidden cost is not just time, it's momentum. Discipline thrives on momentum, and every unnecessary yes breaks the rhythm. Protecting your boundaries means protecting the flow that keeps discipline alive. Most people see discipline as restriction, but with boundaries, discipline becomes freedom. Boundaries reframe discipline from punishment into empowerment. Instead of forcing yourself, you design an environment where discipline is natural. You don't fight distractions, you prevent them. You don't struggle with exhaustion, you avoid it. Boundaries are the architecture that makes discipline effortless. When you say no to what doesn't matter, you create space for what does. This is the secret. Discipline isn't about doing more, it's about protecting better. Boundaries are not just theory, they are daily practices. Start with your calendar. Block time for your priorities and treat those blocks as sacred. If someone asks for that time, say no. Another practice, create digital boundaries. Turn off notifications during focus hours. Social media is designed to steal discipline, and boundaries are your defense. Physical boundaries matter too. Design a workspace that signals focus. When you step into that space, distractions stay out. These small daily boundaries build the foundation for long-term discipline. Saying no is often misunderstood. People think it closes doors, but in reality, it opens the right ones. Every no creates space for a more meaningful yes. When you decline distractions, you gain freedom to pursue your goals. When you protect your energy, you gain clarity to make better decisions. Saying no is not rejection, it's redirection. It's choosing the path that aligns with your vision. Discipline without boundaries feels like chains, but discipline with boundaries feels like wings. The hidden cost of saying yes is discipline lost. Without boundaries, even the strongest willpower collapses. But with boundaries, discipline becomes effortless, sustainable, and empowering. Protecting your time and energy is not selfish, it's self-love. Every no you say today is an investment in your future. Boundaries are the architecture of discipline, the shield against distractions, and the secret to lasting success. Remember, discipline is not about doing more, it's about protecting better. Say no to what drains you, and yes to what builds you. Look at successful people across different fields. Athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, they all share one trait: strong boundaries. An athlete says no to unhealthy habits. An entrepreneur says no to distractions that don't grow the business. An artist says no to projects that don't align with their vision. These boundaries protect discipline. Success is not just talent or luck. It's the ability to guard your energy and focus. Without boundaries, even the most talented person will burn out before reaching their potential. Burnout is the natural result of weak boundaries. When you say yes too often, you overload your schedule, drain your energy, and lose motivation. Discipline becomes impossible because your body and mind are exhausted. Boundaries are the antidote to burnout. They allow you to rest, recover, and recharge. Saying no to overcommitment is saying yes to longevity. Discipline is not about pushing until collapse. It's about sustaining effort over time. Boundaries make discipline sustainable. The hidden cost of saying yes is discipline lost, but the hidden power of saying no is discipline gained. Boundaries are not selfish, they are essential. They protect your time, your energy, and your dreams. Every no you say today is a yes to your future. Discipline without boundaries is fragile, but discipline with boundaries is unstoppable. Remember, success is not about doing everything. It's about doing the right things consistently. Boundaries are the key. Protect them, and discipline will protect you. Focus is the engine of discipline, but it cannot survive without boundaries. Every time you allow interruptions, your focus breaks, and rebuilding it takes time. Boundaries act like a shield, protecting your concentration from constant attacks. When you set clear limits, like turning off notifications or refusing unnecessary meetings, you preserve deep focus. This deep focus is where discipline thrives. Without boundaries, your attention is scattered, and scattered attention cannot build lasting results. Boundaries are the silent guardians of focus. Boundaries are not just about time. They shape identity. Every yes defines who you are serving. Every no defines who you are becoming. If you constantly say yes to others, you live by their priorities. But when you set boundaries, you live by your own values. Discipline is not just about habits, it's about identity. Boundaries allow you to align your actions with your vision. Saying no to distractions is saying yes to the person you want to become. Boundaries are identity in action. True leaders are defined by boundaries. They know when to say yes to opportunities and when to say no to distractions. Without boundaries, leaders burn out, lose clarity, and fail to inspire. With boundaries, they model discipline for others. A leader who protects their time teaches the team to respect focus. Boundaries in leadership are not about control. They are about clarity. They show what matters most and create space for discipline to flourish across the entire group. Creativity flourishes in protected space. Without boundaries, your mind is constantly interrupted and creative flow breaks. Boundaries give you the silence and focus needed to generate ideas. Writers, artists, and innovators all rely on boundaries to protect their creative process. Saying no to distractions is saying yes to imagination. Discipline in creativity is not about forcing inspiration. It's about creating conditions where inspiration can appear. Boundaries are the canvas where creativity paints. Without them, ideas fade before they become reality. Mental health depends on boundaries. When you say yes too often, stress builds, anxiety rises, and burnout follows. Boundaries protect your emotional balance. They allow you to rest, recover, and recharge. Discipline without mental health is fragile, but discipline with strong boundaries is resilient. Saying no to toxic environments, draining relationships, or overwhelming tasks is an act of self-care. Boundaries are not just discipline tools, they are mental health strategies. Protecting your mind is the ultimate form of discipline. Time is the most limited resource, and boundaries are the way you manage it. Every yes consumes minutes, hours, or days. Without boundaries, your schedule fills with obligations that don't serve your goals. With boundaries, you design your time intentionally. Discipline thrives when time is protected. Saying no to wasted hours is saying yes to progress. Boundaries turn time management from chaos into clarity. They transform discipline from struggle into structure. Time plus boundaries equals success. Money management is another area where boundaries matter. Financial discipline collapses when you say yes to every impulse purchase or unnecessary expense. Boundaries protect your budget. Saying no to instant gratification is saying yes to long-term stability. Every time you decline a purchase that doesn't serve your goals, you strengthen discipline. Boundaries in finance are not about restriction. They are about freedom. They allow you to invest in your future instead of wasting resources on distractions. Career success depends on boundaries. Without them, you become overloaded with tasks that don't advance your position. Boundaries allow you to focus on high-value work. Saying no to low-impact projects means saying yes to growth opportunities. Discipline in career is not about doing everything. It's about doing the right things consistently. Boundaries protect your ambition, ensuring your energy is invested in progress, not wasted on obligations that don't align with your vision. Personal growth requires space, and boundaries create that space. Without boundaries, your schedule fills with noise, leaving no time for reflection. learning, or self-improvement. Boundaries allow you to dedicate time to reading, journaling, or practicing new skills. Discipline in personal growth means protecting the activities that shape your future self. Every no to distractions is a yes to evolution. Boundaries are the soil where personal growth takes root and flourishes. Spiritual balance requires boundaries. Without them, your inner peace is constantly disturbed by noise and obligations. Boundaries create sacred space for reflection, prayer, or meditation. Discipline in spirituality is not about rituals alone. It's about protecting the time and energy to connect with your deeper self. Saying no to distractions is saying yes to silence, clarity, and meaning. Boundaries allow you to nurture the soul, which in turn strengthens discipline in every other area of life. Family life thrives when boundaries exist. Without them, you risk exhaustion and resentment. Boundaries allow you to balance responsibilities with self-care. Saying no to overwork means saying yes to quality time with loved ones. Discipline in family life is about consistency, showing up fully when you are present. Boundaries protect that consistency. They ensure that your energy is not drained before you reach home. Healthy boundaries make family relationships stronger because they allow you to give your best self. Social media is one of the biggest threats to discipline. Without boundaries, endless scrolling consumes hours and destroys focus. Boundaries mean setting limits, scheduled times, intentional use, and clear cutoffs. Saying no to constant notifications is saying yes to deep work. Discipline in the digital age requires strong boundaries because attention is the most valuable currency. Protecting your attention from social media is protecting your discipline. Boundaries turn technology from distraction into a tool. Learning requires discipline, and discipline requires boundaries. Without boundaries, study time is stolen by distractions. Boundaries mean setting clear rules. No phone during study, no social plans before assignments, no multitasking while reading. These limits protect focus and allow knowledge to sink deeper. Discipline in education is not about cramming. It's about consistency. Boundaries create the rhythm that makes learning effective. Every no to distraction is a yes to mastery. Boundaries transform education from stress into growth. Physical health depends on boundaries. Without them, discipline in diet, exercise, and rest collapses. Boundaries mean saying no to unhealthy food, late nights, or skipping workouts. Discipline in health is not about perfection. It's about protecting habits that sustain energy. Boundaries allow you to prioritize movement, nutrition, and recovery. Saying no to what harms your body is saying yes to vitality. Health boundaries are the foundation of all other disciplines, because without energy, nothing else is possible. Work-life balance is impossible without boundaries. If you say yes to every task, work consumes your entire life. Boundaries mean defining when work ends and personal time begins. Discipline in balance is about protecting both sides. Saying no to overwork is saying yes to family, hobbies, and rest. Boundaries prevent burnout and create harmony. They allow you to show up fully at work and fully at home. Without boundaries, balance collapses. With them, life feels whole. Decision-making becomes clearer when boundaries exist. Without them, choices are clouded by pressure, guilt, or distraction. Boundaries filter out noise, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. Discipline in decision-making means protecting your values and priorities. Saying no to options that don't align with your vision is saying yes to clarity. Boundaries prevent impulsive decisions and create space for thoughtful ones. With boundaries, discipline guides every choice, turning decisions into steps toward your goals instead of detours away from them. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, and boundaries are the foundation of resilience. Without boundaries, challenges drain you completely. With boundaries, you recover faster because your energy is protected. Discipline in resilience means knowing when to stop, rest, and rebuild. Saying no to overcommitment is saying yes to recovery. Boundaries make resilience possible by ensuring you don't collapse under pressure. They transform discipline from fragile effort into sustainable strength. A long-term vision requires discipline, and discipline requires boundaries. Without boundaries, short-term distractions steal your future. Boundaries protect the path toward your vision. Saying no to temporary pleasures is saying yes to lasting success. Discipline in vision means aligning daily actions with long-term goals. Boundaries are the guardrails that keep you on track. They prevent detours and wasted effort. With boundaries, discipline becomes the bridge between today's effort and tomorrow's achievement. Emotional intelligence thrives on boundaries. Without them, emotions spill into every situation, leading to stress and conflict. Boundaries allow you to regulate feelings, protect your peace, and respond with clarity instead of reaction. Discipline in emotional intelligence means knowing when to step back, when to say no, and when to protect your mental space. Saying no to toxic conversations or draining environments is saying yes to emotional balance. Boundaries transform discipline into wisdom, guiding how you manage both your emotions and relationships. Confidence grows when you respect your boundaries. Every time you say no to something that doesn't serve you, you reinforce self-trust. Discipline in confidence means protecting your values and refusing to compromise them for approval. Boundaries show the world that you value yourself and that self-respect builds confidence. Without boundaries, confidence erodes because you constantly sacrifice your needs. With boundaries, confidence becomes natural because you live in alignment with your priorities. Legacy is built through consistent discipline, and boundaries are what make consistency possible. Without boundaries, your energy is scattered and your impact fades. With boundaries, you focus on what truly matters, creating work and relationships that last beyond your lifetime. Discipline in legacy means saying no to distractions and yes to meaningful contributions. Boundaries protect the path toward leaving something valuable behind. Every no today is a brick in the foundation of your legacy tomorrow. Innovation requires discipline, and discipline requires boundaries. Without boundaries, creative energy is scattered across too many projects. Boundaries allow innovators to focus deeply on one idea until it becomes reality. Saying no to distractions is saying yes to breakthroughs. Discipline in innovation means protecting the time and space where experimentation can happen. Boundaries are not restrictions. They are the framework that makes bold ideas possible. Every no to noise is a yes to progress. Teamwork thrives when boundaries are respected. Without them, collaboration turns into chaos, with people overstepping roles and draining energy. Boundaries clarify responsibilities, protect focus, and build trust. Discipline in teamwork means honoring limits while contributing fully. Saying no to tasks outside your role is saying yes to efficiency. Boundaries prevent burnout and ensure that everyone works in alignment. They transform discipline from individual effort into collective strength. Consistency is the heart of discipline, and boundaries are the guardrails that protect consistency. Without boundaries, Routines collapse under pressure. Boundaries mean saying no to interruptions that break your rhythm. Discipline in consistency is about protecting habits day after day. Every no to distraction is a yes to momentum. Boundaries ensure that progress compounds over time. They make discipline sustainable, turning small daily actions into massive, long-term results. Discipline without boundaries is fragile, but discipline with boundaries is unstoppable. Throughout this journey, we've seen how boundaries protect focus, energy, creativity, relationships, health, and even legacy. Every no you say today is not rejection. It's redirection toward your vision. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors that open to freedom, clarity, and success. So here's the challenge. Starting today, choose one boundary to protect. Maybe it's your morning routine, your study time, or your creative space. Guard it fiercely. Say no to distractions and watch how discipline grows naturally. Remember, success is not about doing more. It's about protecting better. Boundaries are the architecture of discipline, the shield against burnout, and the secret to lasting achievement. If you're ready to transform your life, start with one simple word: no. Because every no to what drains you is a yes to what builds you. Protect your boundaries, and discipline will protect your future.